Hi guys, I shouldn't say me again because that'll get pretty dumb after a while, I reckon. But okay, here I am. That better. Anyway, alright, today I want to do an older Marklin loco, 55963, which is the GT2x4 tank loco. Now, I've always been a little bit of a sucker for a tank loco for some other reason. I always loved them. I mean, I think when Marklin started, you know, really giving attention to gauge 1, they the 75 was the first new Marklin. That and the 38, I think, was the first new Marklin that we could buy, and they were brilliant. But this is an older one. This is now before they retooled everything and did the dynamic smoke and the cylinder smoke and all that. So this is still old school. I would love to know if they're going to do this thing later, redo it. Look, as it is, it's a very nice loco, and I've always, this is probably my favorite steam loco ever, like for always. Always loved them. I had a crap load of them in HO scale. So they only bring out a blue, a green and a black. I still have to rob a bank to get the black one. I got the green one, I got the blue one. So this is 963 is the blue one. So I'm going to show you it now. MFX decoder. I paid too much for this one. I got this one out of Germany from a dude that I know well and respect a lot. But he was a bit expensive on it. But what could I do? The only other one was in Spain, was more or less the same price, and I trust the guy in Germany because I bought from him before. So this was a no-brainer, so I got it. To put things in perspective, I think with the PayPal charges and all that in, I paid €2,000 for this thing, which was probably way too much, but that's what they go for. Anyway, that out the way. The model is all metal. There's a little bit of plastic here and there, you know. It's not like the new ones that they would do a lid or something in metal. You know, the front catwalk, the rear plates, everything that's all plastic. But and the piping's all plastic and that. But it's got interior lights, no doors that can open. It's got fairly good sound. I'm not too sure that the horn sound on this is correct. I haven't checked the ESU website to see if there is better sound for this. Look, both of them I am going to put dynamic smoke in, because this has still got the normal tube smoker from the old days that drinks fluid at about, it drinks more than me, and that's a lot. And you have to sort of, like, once it smokes a hell of a lot. But you've got to be careful with it. If it's too full, it won't smoke, and then you've got to suck it out with a syringe, and oh, it's a nightmare. So yeah, that will come out. I'm going to put an ESU dynamic smoke smoker in. It's one of the small one, the one for the O gauge. That should be sufficient. And then we're going to see if we can maybe open a lid up somewhere, or drill a hole, or do whatever, to do cylinder smoke on this, which will be pretty lucky if we can get it right. But I looked at the design of the thing, and that's going to be a mission, but we'll see what we can do. But for now, definitely ESU decoder, and definitely a smoker. That is first on the cards. That will be done within the next month or 2-3, and then I'll show you again what it looks like. But now, as it is, we have it out the box. This one was luckily brand new. So right, let me show you what it is about. Pretty decent looking loco. Let's see here. There we have it. And look, they can tell me whatever they want. A GT4 is one hell of a good looking loco. And there's one very menacing angle on this thing that I always love to look at, and that's that angle, where it's all pistons and business, and that is the way that it should look. Now, I haven't put the rod protectors on there at the back. That's still in the box, but it's got a set of rod protectors for there as well. Look, for what it is, and from where it came from, what year, it's actually still a bloody good model. This year, all this year's plastic. That's plastic. I think this is, no, that's actually metal there. And then the boiler is metal. This is metal. The tanks comes is separate. They detach there. They also metal. That's plastic. This is plastic. You know, so all this year that's plastic. But chassis is metal. Body is metal. I think the roof. No, the roof's also metal. Lekker, man. So that's good. That's good. But let me show you the loco closer up so you can see that it's all not doom and gloom, even if it's an older loco. There's a lot of detail on this thing. You know, the wheels were blackened. Marklin started doing that here in the late 90s, early 2000s. You know, and blackened the rods a bit so you don't have that shiny toy-like thing. You know, all the piping and the stuff is there. So it's not, you know, if I have a gripe with it, it's pipe work like that. I mean, you can see from Mars that is plastic. You know, so I would see if I can find from Vinet or whoever, if I can find a sort of a similar valve and just redo that piping in brass. That shouldn't be too big a problem. But you see, this is the back bogie. Very, very nice. You see this here is also plastic. You know, all those little things there, that's all plastic stuff. So yeah, that, you know, we can always go and later on dolly her up a bit. That's also a magnificent angle, that front bit of it. It's just a beautiful loco. Okay, now, alright, this has got the copper boiler rings. It's all obviously painted. I would love to get some copper rings and put that on there. You know, real separately applied detail. That'll be cool. I'm going to take one of them, either this or the green one. My green one has worked a bit. This is a brand new one, so maybe I will keep this one as is and then folly around with a green one. You see the perforations there. That's all very pretty. And, you know, get a metal thing for there. Get a metal grab rail, metal steps, see-through steps. You know, that's all stuff that's available. You can play with them and make them very nice. But as you can see, that's a beautiful loco, and I just dropped my life on the floor. Anyway, so let's run it a bit so we can see what the sounds are like. And I'm back on the ECOS little thing. I'm actually starting to like this thing really a lot. So, okay, first things first, we have the lights. Now let me show you the lights. They did it actually very well for those years because Marklin loved the yellow LED, and it tends to be a bit much in the old HO scale stuff. But yeah, it's rather fitting, you know, because it gives that yellowy light, you know, of a lantern. The lanterns themselves are done very well. Look at that. I can't fault that. That's very nice. Yeah, you get stuff from Dingler, and so that's better. So maybe, future reference, maybe I will make a plan and change them out. You know, just customize one of them. Alright, so, but okay, anyway, doesn't matter. Let's start the thing up, and then I'll show you what it's about. Okay, so we have the sound. The horn is the typical Marklin horn from years ago that I'm not too fond of. That will make you lie awake at night and kill little kittens. So, okay, and there's your shoveling of coal. And then you have, that's just shit blowing off. There's a function button there that's not doing much. That's direct drive. Okay, that's water over the grate. Right there. Now all the normal, and that's when the buffers hit. Alright, and then it's got a cab light. Look, that's another thing, but the doors can't open, so you really don't need massive detail in there. I think what it's got at the moment is ample enough. Nice ambiance. Look at the light there. You know, so cool looking loco, and you know, all that's very crisp. You know, like the lettering, all that stuff is very, very good. The printing on it's good. It's a normal Marklin sort of thing. They're very, very good. Alright, and now then the smoker is the smoker from hell, because these things I can never get right. So there's going to be a lot of swearing now. Number one, it sounds like you're breaking down a castle in England somewhere when this thing lights up. And then it'll do that. And then aside, oh no, I'm empty. And then you're going, I can promise you now, I will go and put too much juice in it. You see, and that was just a squirt. And at my age, a squirt is a difficult thing to do. So okay, now we're going to suck it out again. I hate these bloody smokers. Until you get it more or less right, then it will decide, okay, it's going to work, and it'll piss the whole boiler full of juice like there. And that's why I want to take this smoker by its little thin wires and listen to what sound it makes when I swing it over the palisade fencing. I hate these smokers. Okay, because there's now still deciding what it wants to do, and then the next moment, it doesn't matter what the loco does, it's going to explode into smoke. But anyway, alright, so before I have a coronary, let's just change the direction, and we run it down there, and we run it back up. Sounds very nice on it, the chuff sounds, but it's a mallet, so it should be offbeat, I think, a la Big Boy sort of thing. But look at that angle. Beautiful train. It is just a beautiful train. Okay, look in the smoke we have there now is just the calm before the storm. The next thing that's going to happen is it's going to explode into a lot of smoke. For about, there we go, you see, for about 10 seconds, and then everything's over. And now it sounds like Chernobyl. Alright, so let's see. It's a beautiful loco though, eh? And that angle is just perfect. Well, let me put it, look at that angle. Oh, lovely. But you know what, the thing is, it's a nice enough loco for me to want to, like, look at that. Everything is full of juice. I hate these smokers. And yes, that's also, look at that angle. That's very, very nice. I'm going to take this with me. Bear with me. Oh, look, there's a BR50 from KM1. Oh, look at that. Oh, there's a 45 from KM1. Oh, and there's all the Adlers and all that stuff. Hang on, guys. Walk with me. That's my Demakar shop. That's all my stuff. Look at all my toys. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. It's perfect. Alright, okay, so this is also a very good angle. Let me just remove the knife because it looks like I want to go to war. Alright, and that we run it like, look at the smoke, guys. It's enough to have small oaks in funny towns have a coronary. Hang on. Right, here we go. It's nice and slow. That's the other thing about it. It's got an MFX decoder in this thing. And even if I go speed step down, look how it crawls. That's one thing with the old Marklin decoders. They were very, very nice to, very nice motor control. I mean, that's a good crawl. And it will crawl like that the whole day. And the phone's ringing, but I'm going to ignore it. So just ignore it with me. These people's not got a life. You see, we'll go like that all day. But check, look at that motion there. It's such a beautiful train. So guys, yeah, there we have it. I think I'm going to dolly this thing up a bit and play with it. And that's basically my review of this train. It's another gauge 1 train. I love the color. They are fairly rare. Apparently, I don't know if it's true, they made a lot of black ones. They made a lot of green ones, but the blue ones were limited numbers. So yeah, I'm going to switch the smoker off because, alright, so there we have it. Right, guys, so that be the end of that. I'm going to love you and leave you, and join, subscribe, or whatever the hell you call it. There's going to be a video tomorrow, I think. I want to show you what I'm building at home. One of the houses I'm building, or some of the houses I've built, and what I built it from. And then also there's going to be some weathering techniques later. I've got a Marklin wagon that I want to weather. And then I'll show you guys that and how I do it. And that's the end of that. Thanks, dudes and dudettes. See you guys later. Tot ziens.